Today, we're tackling something a little different.
Yeah.
We've got this audio recording, you see. It's a phone call, someone asking about joining a gym.
Okay.
It was actually set up like an IELTS listening practice test.
Ah, right. So specific questions, focused answers.
Exactly. But, we're not here to grade the test taker. Our mission today is to basically unpack that whole conversation, pull out all the useful bits, the key details anyone actually thinking about joining this gym would need. We're sort of doing the legwork, really highlighting what's on offer.
Makes sense. So it's a chat between someone interested and the gym receptionist. Fit Zone Gym, I think it was.
That's the one, Fit Zone. And yeah, that test format actually helps us because it gets straight to the point on practical stuff.
Right. So we're aiming to go beyond just the answers and get the full picture of what Fit Zone offers from this call.
Precisely.
Okay.
Oh, let's dive in. First thing up, naturally, is the cost. How much per month? The receptionist says $45, standard price. But, and this is interesting, straight off the bat, there's a promotion running.
Oh, yeah.
A 20% discount for new members.
Right. So they mentioned that proactively. It's a good hook. 20% off, $45 there. It does make a difference, doesn't it?
It really does. Softens the blow of that monthly fee a bit. Suggests they're keen to get new people through the door.
Which you see a lot, especially if it's, a competitive area.
Definitely makes it more attractive initially. Okay, so after the monthly cost, the next logical question is, well, is there a joining fee?
Always the question.
And, yep, there is. It's a one-time thing, £30 when you first sign up.
Okay, £30 up front. That's pretty standard for gyms, I'd say. Covers admin, maybe initial setup costs.
Yeah, seems fair. Good to know it's just a one-off cost for budgeting.
Exactly. What's next on the list?
Hours.
Yeah.
Really practical point, right? When can you actually go?
Crucial. Especially trying to fit it around work or life.
So Fit Zone's open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays.
Wow, that's a big window.
Yeah, and then 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekends.
So pretty much covers all bases then. Early birds, after work crowd, weekend warriors.
Seems like it. They're aiming for broad accessibility,
Definitely looks that way. Very convenient hours.
Okay, moving on. The conversation turns to fitness classes.
Always popular.
The receptionist gives a few examples. Yoga, spinning, Zumba, the usual suspects, perhaps.
Yeah, pretty standard offerings.
But they specifically call out Pilates. Say it's their most popular class.
Oh, interesting. That little detail saying Pilates is the most popular, that gives you a bit of insight, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, it might suggest something about their members, or maybe they have particularly good Pilates instructors, or just a strong community around that class.
Ah, I see. So if you're into Pilates, that's a definite plus point.
Exactly. It hints at where their strengths might lie, perhaps.
Good point. Okay, what about folks wanting more one-on-one help? Personal training comes up.
Right. Is it available? What's the damage?
It is. $25 per session.
Okay, $25.
But here's the kicker. The first session is totally free.
Ah, the free trial approach. Smart. Lets you test the waters, right? See if you click with the trainer, if it's what you're looking for.
Yeah, without having to commit financially straight away. It's a good incentive.
Definitely lowers the barrier to entry for personal training.
So let's say you're hooked by the free session or just ready to join. How do you actually sign up?
Good question. Hassle-free, hopefully.
Seems pretty flexible. Two ways.
Yeah.
You can do it all online through their website.
Convenient.
Or you can go down there and sign up in person.
Right. Caters to different preferences. Some like online efficiency. Others want to see the place first. Maybe chat face-to-face.
Exactly. Offers that choice.
Yeah.
Then payments. How do they take your money?
Always the important part.
Credit or debit card. Pretty standard. And they also offer options for how often you pay. You can go monthly or pay for a whole year up front.
Okay, monthly or yearly? Did they mention if the yearly option comes with an extra discount?
They didn't explicitly say that in this bit of the call, but that's a really good point. It often does, doesn't it? Definitely something worth asking if you were actually calling.
For sure. Could save you a bit more if you're planning to stick around.
Right. And speaking of sticking around, or maybe not sticking around, what if things change and you need to cancel?
The exit strategy, always good to know up front.
Fit Zone needs 30 days notice if you want to cancel your membership.
Okay, 30 days. Fairly typical notice period.
But here's the big thing. No cancellation fee.
Oh, that is significant. A lot of places sting you with a fee if you leave early, or sometimes even just for canceling.
Exactly. So just the 30 days notice, no extra charge. That feels Quite fair, offers flexibility.
Yeah, it suggests they're not trying to trap you in a contract you can't get out of easily. That's reassuring.
Definitely. One last point they covered was family discounts.
Ah, good for households wanting to join together.
Yeah. If you've got a family of 3 or more people signing up, you get a 15% discount on the total price.
Yeah, 15% for 3+, that could be a really decent saving for a family. Makes it much more appealing, cost-wise.
Absolutely. Shows they're thinking about groups, not just individuals.
Good incentive for families.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap those key points we pulled out. We've got the monthly fee, 45 sours, but remember that 20% off for new joiners.
Great.
A £30 one-off joining fee.
Yep.
Really wide opening hours. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. weekends.
Very accessible.
Pilates is flagged as their most popular class. Personal training is 25 a session, but that first one's free.
Nice little bonus.
Sign up is flexible, online or in person. Payment by card, either monthly or yearly.
Okay.
Cancellation needs 30 days notice, crucially no fee.
Big plus point.
And that 15% discount for families of 3 or more.
Got it. Quite a lot of solid info from just one phone call, really.
It is, isn't it? The receptionist was pretty efficient. It gives you, or anyone listening, a really solid baseline understanding of FitZone's basic offering.
Yeah, a very clear picture from that initial contact.
So listener, you've heard the details FitZone provided right out of the gate.
Which kind of makes you think, doesn't it? When you weigh it all up, the cost, the discount, the classes, the hours, the cancellation policy, which of those things would be most important to you if you were gym hunting?
That's a great question. Is it purely cost? Or maybe the flexibility of cancellation? Or perhaps those specific class offerings?
Everyone's priorities are different, aren't they?
They really are. And, the amount of detail we got just from these initial questions, it really highlights how important it is to ask the right things when you're looking into any new service, not just a gym.
Absolutely. Getting that core info up front saves time, avoids surprises later.
Totally.
And maybe it prompts another thought, too. Based on this information, what else might you want to ask FitZone? What haven't they covered yet that you need to know before signing on the dotted line?
Good point. There's always another layer to dig into, isn't there? Things like equipment specifics, maybe changing room quality, peak times.
Exactly. This call was a great starting point, but it naturally leads to more questions depending on what matters most to you personally.